back now with a Consumer Confidential, helping you troubleshoot those travel hiccups, whether it's canceled flights, lost luggage, or renting a car. Here with everything you need to know before you go is NBC News Chief Consumer Investigative Correspondent Vicky Nguyen, who actually had some travel troubles herself this week. What happened?
Oh, it was a hike getting back from Seattle. Our trip to Alaska, amazing, inspired by the third hour of today.
Of course, yes.
But just getting back, we were delayed 5 hours. All the summer storms, as you know, backed up so much of the air traffic coming into JFK. We spent another hour and a half extra in the air, circling, and then going down past New Jersey back up to New York. So I know a thing or two about delays.
So let's get your advice to get through some of these delays. First things first, you need to have proper identification.
Yes, indeed. May 7th was the date that came and landed, and it's Real ID time, folks. So if you don't have a Real ID, an enhanced ID will work to get you through TSA quickly, or a passport. A lot of people were asking me about the enhanced ID. That is the one that allows you to get into Canada and Mexico and some Caribbean states. That's totally fine. If you don't have your Real ID, be prepared to spend another 20 to 30 minutes where TSA has got to call a guy who's got to call a guy who's got to verify your identity, and you've got to have a paper boarding pass in some cases. It just adds a lot of hassle and time to your trip.
Okay, so let's say you've got a delay. You've got to figure this out. You say your app is your best friend.
Absolutely. Don't leave home without the airline app. That saved us and thousands of other people who were delayed or stranded over the weekend, because these summer storms, this weather is so unpredictable, and it's a really busy travel season right now with the summer, right? So you want to make sure, first and foremost, you've got the app, because that will tell you first if anything's changing about your flight. And then this is something interesting that I discovered. Not only should you get on the phone immediately to figure out what your options are if you find out your flight is delayed and potentially could be canceled, because that happened to a lot of people. You get delayed for several hours, and then you've been waiting there for 6 hours, and they cut the flight altogether. So what they can actually do for you is they can hold a space for you on another flight. So let's say your delayed flight is canceled. You have a spot on the next available flight. The airline is also required to rebook you or refund you right away if you decide not to go with that rebooking. And also, if there are long delays, 3 hours or more, you get a meal voucher. They gave us $12 a person while we were waiting there in Seattle.
Get you something good.
Now, it's not a lot, but if you're delayed or canceled for overnight, the airline is also required to reimburse you for a hotel stay and also your transfers to and from the airport.
Even for weather?
Not for weather. Not for weather. Not for,
because they blame everything on weather.
Fraud, right? I know. And that is, that's the tricky part, because same. But they did still at least give us a meal voucher. It doesn't hurt to be a little bit of a squeaky wheel in a nice way. To ask, is there anything you can do to help me out here? There is actually now a Department of Transportation website that is dedicated to explaining to you all of your rights as a passenger. It's the DOT cancellation and delay dashboard. That's really, really helpful, because it's a one-stop shop, and it'll tell you by airline as well what you're entitled to. But there are some federal laws now that really try to protect passengers.
Vic, what happens if you get there but your luggage doesn't? That
hey, did you know that happened to me?
I was just I remember. We all remember that great national nightmare.
Yes, it was international. It was an international.
It was.
Yes,
it was.
Yes, it was. The Italian Odyssey. What was that? 2023. But you did eventually get it back.
Sounds like only yesterday.
I did. As soon as I released
it, they were like, "We must find this lady's luggage." So, okay, number one, before you even think about packing anything, I want you to take a picture of everything you're going to put into luggage that you're going to check. Do not put anything valuable or one of a kind, any family heirlooms. If you have to take something like that on a trip, keep it with you in your carry-on. Consider investing in an Apple AirTag or one of those tile trackers, because at least...
Did you get one of those after you got your bag?
Afterwards. Okay. So at least you know where it is.
Yes, where in the world, literally, right?
Didn't get it back, but at least you know where it is.
Exactly. And so here's the thing I think is really interesting. A lot of airlines obviously charge you to check your baggage. If they are delayed in getting that baggage, you just delayed, not like they've lost it, but if it's 12 hours, you still don't have your bags, they have to refund you at least the fees that you paid to check your bags.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for international flights, it's 15 to 30 hours later. Now, if your luggage is actually physically lost, it depends. On the airline, some will say it's lost after 5 days. Some make you wait up to 14 days. That's when you go through and you file the claim. It's really important to have documentation, obviously, if you have receipts. But that's where that video or that photo comes in handy. So you can say, I had this nice suit in there, or some jewelry. You're not packing jewelry because you're listening to me and you're keeping your jewelry with you. But anything that you may have had. And by the way, according to the Department of Transportation, the maximum liability that an airline is responsible for per passenger, this is not per bag, per passenger, $4,700. But, most of us aren't packing that much of things.
So switching to road trips now, Do you need to book your rental car right away, or can you delay that a little bit?
This one's really interesting, Dylan. It may pay to procrastinate when it comes to booking a rental car. NerdWallet looked at 8 different major car rental companies and hundreds of different bookings, and they found people saved, on average, $74, 13% by booking last minute. The one thing I would warn you about is if you're going to Comic-Con or you're going to an event and you know it's going to be really, really busy in that city.
That was very specific, by the way.
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
Well, I just don't know why I thought that, because it's crowded and everybody fills up San Diego. The rental cars might get snatched up. No, I'm
She's
not.
going as Princess Leia. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. And by the way,
Yes.
when you are traveling and you're delayed, don't take it out on the gate agent
Definitely
or
not.
the flight attendant.
No.
They have nothing to do
Although
with it.
sometimes they take it out on you.
That is true.
They can be a little. I've run into a few that have been a little mean to me. It's not my fault.
Okay. Well, thanks, Vic. Didn't see that coming. Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.